ミーヤ、ほら朝だよ。起きて。
あと5分じゃなくて、あと5度体温が上がるまで待って。
There are many ways to describe anime content, from Yuri to Aoi, I mean ecchi to hentai, but there is this really thin line in between, called it borderline hentai. However, some anime even exceed that foundation. Redo of Healer would be a great example of that. People intend to watch more of this during their puberty stage. So for that, my dear viewers, today we are going to cross that borderline again. But before we start, hold your horses tight, hit on subscribe and enjoy the fun ride. Living the life of a single man is hard. Lucky for those who got their chance to go into all-girls school. I guess men will be men. While it's always fun to talk about this anime, it started out well, but who knows what went wrong. All I did was try to find the color of her eye. Anyways, our MC Takaru was excited to get into a new school. A typical perverted boy wants to live a peaceful life, but little does he knows in order to survive in this school, he required more than just a protagonist title. Thankfully, he had his childhood friend, who has now grown into a trustworthy woman. More to the surprise, on the first day, he found a tsundere girl and a newly acclaimed fiancé. As I said, I was deeply involved in the plot, so I forget to find their eye color. If any one of you does, please do let me know. For the next entry, we have somewhat different than the usual romance. After Haruyuzu's mother remarried and they both have to move to a new place, she transfers to an all-girls school. Exploding with the frustration of not being able to make a boyfriend, she ended up meeting Mei, a black-haired beautiful school council president. Her first impression doesn't go well for Yuzu, as she got caught kissing a homeroom teacher. What's more, after going harsh day at all-girls school, later her mom introduces her to her new stepsister, who is none other than Mei. While the internet has completely ruined this step relationship, more or less they will be living in the same room, and so it triggers a new love affair between the two sisters, I mean stepsisters. Number 8. The Fruit of Evolution. It's hard not to include an isekai entry while we are talking about human evolution. This is an interesting take on the term to never give up. The story begins in a typical high school when our chubby MC Seiichi Hiragi is referred as Fatty. People around him always look down on him. However, things take a turn when God transports him and his other fellow classmates into a strange fantasy world. In order to survive, they must defeat a demon king. While all other class members make their moves to become stronger, our MC was summoned to a special place, where he discovers a fruit that completely evolves him. Thus began Seiichi's journey to explore this new world and, hopefully, rise to be one of the champions. Harem Pack is the most wonderful thing anyone could have, for a person who has a lot of love to give. For our MC Hidekazuna, I think he had a lot more to give than take. During the time when machines invaded the Earth, forcing the surviving human species to flee to the ocean side. Since then, humanity has been developing new technologies such as the Heart Hybrid Gear to fight the invaders. The catch left is only girls can use these gears and they suck up a lot of energy. To find the only solution, our MC Hidekazuna was invited to Ataraxia Academy by his elder sister. Is it something our MC can help with? Turns out he can help all these girls release some frustration so they can recover quickly. The more pleasure the girls get, the more amount of power they receive. However, the process is not simple. Kazuna must focus on it to help them out, because there will be too many of them for our MC to handle, a problem that requires a power level over 9,000. Having a normal, peaceful life makes out for all the trouble, in a world where the monster has developed to a level that can co-friendly live with humans. To prove their innocence, they decide to start a cultural exchange program. One such lucky bastard is our MC Kimihito, who is now going to explore a whole new world. The first one who he is going to tag along with is Mia, a half-snake who wants to be madly infatuated with our hero. However, this cultural exchange program has one iron rule that no one can break. They must avoid eating the forbidden fruit. Well, fear not, our hero is the kindest and most generous man on earth, and Agent Smith will make sure no such thing happens. But our MC needs to make sure that the family who eats together won't do anything apart from it. It's no secret out of all entries in this list, Nemesign holds a great deal of body horror. In the first episode, we get to see a glimpse of Ren's naked body holding medical tools. It might seem exciting at first, but will scare the shit out of you when you heard her backstory. Ren ate time fruit without any drawbacks, made her immortal, and the quite convenient ability for the line of work she is doing. Thanks to her long lifespan, she was a victim of different kinds of torture and even murder, but she was able to resurrect the world thanks to her immortality. However, when she heard about other immortal women being hunted down and killed, Rin realizes that her long life may actually end unless she uncovers the mystery behind all these murders. The show is full of glorious scenes and violence that crosses all lines of the hentai. At number 4 we have Phantom Requiem for the Phantom. If you are a fan of assassin-themed stories, then Phantom does a lot of things right. It's about the underworld and the mafia. RMC Zue is an innocent Japanese tourist who witnesses the murder of an unidentified. Those assassinations are quite common in America, and many are done by an organization called Inferno, which has a near-invincible human weapon that goes by the codename Phantom. Later the victim is brainwashed and given RMC name connecting him to the mafia world. Now RMC has to make a choice: join the shady world of the mafia or died worthlessly. The way he escaped from the underworld and recovered his memory is the main catch here, because as humans we do criticize a lot of what we are doing, trying to escape. Then when it all gets over we get this empty feeling. So prepare yourself to witness the world of violence, betrayal, and pure madness. Although Sekirei is a highly enjoyable and entertaining show, where women share their problems with reliable men, and stupid of them to fight over it. RMC Minato Sahashi is a complete failure from failing of college entrance exam twice. Encounter big busty women Musubi running out for help. Turn out she is no ordinary one, but as Sekirei go out in search of their true master, who can train them in all ways. This may sound dark and goes into deep bonding and kissing. Apart from that, the story is quite humorous, telling the tale of a young man who goes on an adventure to capture all types of Pokémon. I mean helping girls with their problems. Think of it as a mature version of Pokémon Go to catch them all. Coming towards the end we have Ladies vs. Butlers. Appearance can be deceiving, and despite how RMC looks, most of them treated him like a pervert or slave. Akiharu Hino is living a harsh life after his parents died. Doesn't want to be a burden on anyone. He enrolls in an academy to become a butler for high-class politicians or businessmen daughters. But on his first day of school, Akiharu lands a fist blow on Selenia Flameheart, known as the school beauty. As the series progresses, it continues the sequence of misunderstanding and accidentally grabbing a female's heart. This makes girls really mad at him. Poor MC. Overall, it's the master-servant dynamic shown entirely from all angles, in a bunch of small installments, bound to make to enjoy all bit of small details in it. As a wise man advised, if you could grab the uncensored version of it, take it at all costs. Last on we have to love Ru Darkness. Yukirito is one kind of special guy, who got almost all female characters introduced in the show for his harem pack, including his little sister. The vanilla service shown in the series is already on the next level, but things get even darker later on. With such a huge cast of female bounty hunters, all structure them towards RMC, increase the chance of RMC flipping into other pants. The second season mainly focuses on the shapeshifter Nemesis and her connection to adorable assassins Yami and Maya. It's actually a law of nature by this point. RMC can't stand up on his own 2 feet for more than 10 seconds. If you are a fan of classic harem anime with top-notch animation, to love Ru franchise has it all. From lolis to tsundere, it's easy to find at least one girl you like among them. With that, we wrap up today's list. As each passing season, we get a more rock-solid plot. It's hard for me to pick just 10 of these entries. If I miss some great ones, I'll love to hear from you all. Be sure to drop them down in the comments section below. As always, for the latest buzz on anime, I do strongly advise you to hit subscribe button, and I'll be glad to see you in the next one. Peace.